to Straightforward. Today we have caught up with our amazing friend, Keith Phillips, on the road. He's on a road show, and he is the founder of the Black Box Art Gallery. And he has beautiful artwork all over the United States. We have it in celebrity homes in Los Angeles. We have it in a legendary business in New York. And today we caught up with Keith to find out some of the great things that he's doing in celebration of African American Black History Month. Welcome, Keith.
Hey, thank you, Gloria. Thank you.
I tell you, I can never thank you enough for your support of me and Straightforward when I launched this show. We're in our 12th season.
Congratulations.
And it took all of your talent and expertise, and you came up, assisted with the logo, for the t-shirts, and I have rolled with that ever since. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. And then the artwork, because by profession you are a graphic artist.
That's correct.
By credentials.
That's credentials.
And so as people meet you all over the United States, they really don't know that you have professional training as a graphic artist.
That's correct.
And so this is just your side business that you do with all of this amazing artwork. So share with our audience how you got started. Because I know we have a lot of young people, and they have these great ideas, and they don't always know how to translate that into business.
Right. You know, as an artist, you know, it's one of the things you want to find out your use case for art. You know, and once I started school, I learned that art was everywhere, and art was in everything.
Right.
So upon that, you know, it's tuning that skill to say, okay, I'm gonna create art for these specific things. So that led me down a journey to say, hey, okay, my art got to serve a purpose instead of a painting. It has to serve a purpose. So in that purpose, you know, as a graphic designer, I have done logos for people with businesses.
Right. And like mine for my t-shirt.
Exactly.
Right.
So I have many opportunities. I had many opportunities in the graphic design field. But as it translates into the art, it's one of them things where, hey, when you create art, you say, hey, you know, I want to have a purpose.
Right.
With the art.
It needs to mean something.
It needs to mean something.
And let me ask you this. When you were a student in regular school before you went off to college for graphic arts design, were you distracted? Because a lot of times the very talented artistic children have these great imaginations, and in the classroom they're not always so focused on the traditional things. So did you experience that as a young guy?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't take art serious.
Really?
Yeah, not in the beginning. So it's just one of the things that I did naturally. So I didn't think it was anything special. It was just something I've done.
So you didn't really recognize that you were gifted?
I didn't. So I got into art late on in high school. I knew I wanted to get into business.
Right.
So I took accounting and I sucked at accounting.
But here at least you still can count your money. That just was not going to be your degree profession.
Exactly.
Okay.
So my accounting teacher said, hey, you know, come check out art. You know, so she said, come walk, have you walk through the art class before. And once she took me down to art, my next year I got into art in my junior year in high school, and it elevated from there. In high school, I received a scholarship to CBCC.
Really?
So that was during my journey with Miss Ledbetter, and she was at the time at CBCC. She was the professor there, and she was implemental in kind of, you know, making sure she stayed on me and
kept you on track
on that process. So it started with you know, teachers and you know, like a community supposed to.
Right, advocates. People that saw your gift.
Exactly.
And I can't just, it's really not funny, but it is, where the accounting teacher was honest. She didn't try to kill your spirit.
Not at all.
She said, well, accounting is probably not something you want to get a degree in, but I recognize that you have other creative abilities. And so let me introduce you into another field.
Right. That was a nice way that she did. Yeah, I appreciate it.
But she didn't break your spirit.
Not at all.
And so that was part of how you got directed.
Yes.
And then, of course, the scholarship.
Yes.
So as a high school student, your skills were identified. And what high school was that?
At Central High School in Phoenix, Phoenix City.
Okay, Central High in Phoenix City, they do a lot of great things there besides sports. See, because we always hear about the sports there, so you were able to get an art scholarship at Central High in Phoenix City.
That's correct.
And then you went to CBCC.
That's correct.
And then you had coaching, sponsorship, and mentoring
Yes.
that pushed you
Yes.
further. So when you left CBCC, what did you do after that?
After that, my brother, he was implemental with me, pursuing after my associate's degree.
Right.
So I ended up going to Auburn and Montgomery, AUM,
Okay.
in Montgomery to pursue teaching.
I know exactly where that is. Yeah.
So I did a year there, but then I was introduced into graphic design when I was there. And at this point, Columbus Tech. I came home from the summer from my first year off in school, Columbus Tech. I looked into their program because it was more fine-tuning the graphic design field, which AUM didn't offer. So,
right, AUM is Auburn University of Montgomery.
Yes, it is.
All right, and so you went there and you were able to get something there and then bring it back home. And you realized you wanted to fine-tune the graphics part.
Yeah, I found my motion.
You found that niche.
Yeah, I found that niche. Yes.
And so that was helpful
Yes.
in helping you with taking this path.
Yes.
Right. And so not only have you done this, in the early days, and I was sharing with one of your customers, we had the privilege of working early on a very important campaign, and that was for Barack Obama. He was a senator. People didn't really know who he was, and you designed amazing T-shirts. That was that first time out. No, really. I mean, we had everything: flags, magnets, tote bags.
Door-to-door mission.
I know, really. And we were also boots on the ground.
That's it, boots
and
on the
we
ground.
went door to door. We had great events. You put us out. We had the first group of T-shirts. Now, other people came behind us and copied it, but we know we were the originators. And I always like to tell people that, whether they believe it or not. Right, so you were able to just continue and perfect the craft, and it has taken you all over many opportunities, many shows, meeting great people, a lot of famous people. You've done it for some of our politicians, congressmen, and everybody. And so, and a blessing, because you didn't realize that when you were at Central High School, that's where it was going to take you.
I didn't know where my life was going.
Exactly. Exactly. So what we're going to do is go to our first break to our sponsors, and we'll be right back. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by State Senator Ed Harbison, serving the citizens of Georgia's 15th Senatorial District and on the front lines for veterans every day. Progressive Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards continues today in the compassionate and professional services provided, a touch of dignity for those who care. Progressive Funeral Home, 4235 St. Mary's Road, trusted by generations. Whole Patient Healthcare. Dr. Jada Rimes-Bacote is board certified in family medicine. She believes the best patient care includes practical, individualized lifestyle changes. Located at 1338 13th Avenue, Columbus, 706-641-2080, or visit wholepatienthealthcare.com. And welcome back to Straightforward. I'm enjoying this amazing visit with the talented Keith Phillips, my longtime friend, who really stood and supported me when I started my venture. 11. This is our 12th season. We just finished up the 11th season, and you were there from day one. You cheered me on. You encouraged me. Your brick and mortar business at the time, Freedom Printing, you and our dear friend Randy, who has moved from Work to Reward, you all were sponsors of this show, some of my very first sponsors. And so that's why this visit today, when I realized your road trip, you were going to be in the area and not in the ATL and abroad, that we could catch you today and just catch up on some things. So you moved from all of that schooling, and when I first met you, you had a brick and mortar business.
That's correct.
And you were a young dude. You still pretty young, but you was really a young dude.
You know, I'm thankful that I started young.
Right, right, because you learned a lot.
I learned a lot.
And I would always be just so amazed at the work you were doing for the military. And every week you all would be at the sport venue.
That's correct.
At that time. And all of the different designs you were doing for, what were the groups, the platoons?
Well, we catered to the platoons and more on the infantry side of things in the beginning. And as well, we catered to the family members. So the proud of the moms, the sisters, the aunties, the grandmas.
So all of those designs that I used to see you working on, and then to see them in the mall. And I could be in the mall in the food court, and I could say, that's for Freedom's Printing, because you all would be on the fields for graduation, and then of course you had the brick and mortar store, and then you had another store on Fort Moore, which is now, was then Fort Benning on Fort Moore. And so the troops would come in and buy them.
That's correct.
And so all of those, I thought they were like cartoon people or, no, some of them looked like Transformers and all different things. That was your work.
Yes. That was my work, yeah.
So did you keep that in a catalog? Because you had so many.
Yeah, we had a system. Me and Randy had a system with how we kind of did things, and it was a learn as you go type of thing.
Okay.
So, yes.
Because both of you all were first-time entrepreneurs.
Yes. We was figuring this thing out.
Yeah. But don't you think that helped you with what you're doing now?
Oh, absolutely, man. Shouts out to my brother again, Randy, which is no longer here, but definitely in spirit. Learned a lot from the brother. After my transition from the business, I stayed in it myself a little, more on the, more on the freelance end. Currently now with the school system, I use my talents for the school system as well.
So do we have those talents in Georgia or Alabama?
Yeah, that's in Georgia. That's Muscogee County School District.
Okay, so you're working in Muscogee County School District?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. I know that you had worked for some large corporations, but I wasn't aware that you had worked in Muscogee.
Yeah, I've been there about almost 2.5 years now.
Okay.
So I work in the graphic design department at the Muscogee County School District.
Oh, okay. So you are at the higher level, not at the classroom.
No, not the classroom.
Oh, okay.
We do all the graphics for the school system, whether it is
logos for the different
banners,
schools or banners, teacher of the year.
Everything.
Okay.
It entails everything. When you walk into a school system, Kendrick, and you see the window graphics on the doors, as you go to Riggin Road, and you look at that building, you'll see graphics on the windows. So that comes from
so I didn't know that you had left corporate.
Yes.
Because I know when you left your brick and mortar, you went to a corporation. And then from there, so now you are in the system and making a difference.
Yes.
I like that. And see, that wasn't even a part of the plan back then.
Right. No,
because we got to go through whatever door, wherever that door leads us. And we were saying that before we started today. We have to do that. And so that's why your road show is on weekends.
Yes.
Right. And so that's where you pack up and travel and set up at the different festivals and art gatherings. I've seen you, of course, I follow you on social media, and I'm like, oh, okay, so keep balling like that now.
I know.
No, I've seen you with celebrities. I'm like, okay, Keith, that's what we're doing. So, but anyway, that was not something that you saw as a young man.
No, I just saw it. Just one of the things that it just manifested. It's like a snowball. Once you get involved and the interest levels and the experiences, you're like, hey, I didn't know that was going on. I didn't know people was doing this. I didn't know people was celebrating art like this.
Right.
And I got a buddy. I don't want to mention his name. That's Kenny Davis.
Right.
Sitting at these kitchen tables together doing freelance work sometime and wanting to expand our art experience.
Right.
And so this thing, the Black Box Art Gallery manifested, which when I say that people say, hey, where your gallery at? I say, you got to come see me. I may be anywhere.
Exactly. It's a road show.
It's a road show.
And I am an antiques road show person, and so I know that's big business to be. And because if you're brick and mortar, like when you first started out, people have to be intentional to coming where you are to find all of
Exactly.
the great things that you have. But if it's a road show, you can move around all over the U.S. and out of the country.
Yeah, right.
Right. And so when you plan the trip to go to the islands, I want to be on the staff.
You be the first one to know it.
I want to be on the staff when you go to the islands because this kind of thing, you know, when we travel quite a bit, my husband and I, and when you arrive in places, you see how things are celebrated. And I know that this line of artwork, I know you do a lot of different things,
Yes.
but this line of artwork is the tourists are just waiting for.
Yes.
And I witnessed you do a transaction with a former military person before we started this interview. And I think that individual bought like 4 pieces.
Yes, correct.
Right. And then said she was going to put them in her home, and then she's going to send you the picture.
That's right.
When she put them in her
And
home.
she's a previous buyer too as well.
So she's a repeat customer.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So you do have a lot of repeat.
Yes. It's
Okay.
amazing. It's amazing.
Well, no, I know about your skill and talents because I was blessed for you to do a piece for me, for one of our very dear, beloved friends, a celebrity. And then you did a special piece for a very dear friend of mine in New York that was hosting me to come there to do the show. And he loved it. I mean, he simply loved it. He has shown it on social media. It has prominence in his establishment, and he's legendary. Howard Barkey on the rocks in Hell's Kitchen in New York City.
Thanks for trusting me with that.
Oh no, because your gift will make room for you. I keep telling you that. So what we're going to do is go to our break to our sponsors, and we'll be right back. We'll be right back after work from some of our sponsors. Columbus Pediatrics GA, working together to build lifelong relationships between our staff and patients by consistently providing compassion, excellence, and value with 2 locations. The Old Town office at 3580 Massey Lane, Suite F, 706-596-8667. The Midtown office, 1900 11th Avenue, Suite A, 706-323-3400, ColumbusPediatricsGA.com. Barbara's Cleaning Service, a 5-star commercial service with satisfied customers in Georgia and South Carolina, built on the principle that every detail matters. Barbara's Cleaning Service, a new season building a family legacy. The Autism Hope Center. Diane Pope has dedicated the last 3 decades ensuring that families had support and resources for their loved ones on the autism spectrum. Join the Autism Hope Center for fellowship and resources located at 200 Hamilton Road, Suite B, or call 706-604-6333. Muskogee County Coroner Buddy Bryan. Buddy has set high standards for himself and his staff, ensuring that every citizen is treated with dignity and respect, regardless of circumstances. Buddy cares about crime prevention and is always excited to speak with students and community organizations. Reach out to Buddy at 706-653-3260. And welcome back to Straightforward. I'm enjoying this amazing visit with my remarkable friend Keith Phillips, one of the best artists that I know. He has perfected his craft. He's been a business owner, a star student in art at Central that led you to a scholarship. I want to tell kids that because a lot of times we see the athletes all the time. They will always, and we're proud of our athletes, but there are other ways that kids can get scholarships and go to college, and I'm really happy that you had educators that saw your gift and your talent, and they directed you on a path that they thought was best for you. Gingerly. She didn't beat your spirit. And so it has taken you from brick and mortar, owning your own business, to corporate, and now you're in the education side of the house, doing some graphics work, in addition to all of the wonderful road shows that you're doing.
Yes.
And so, can they commission you for a piece?
Absolutely.
And how are we working that? Because I've learned some hard lessons myself in 12 seasons. Are we asking people to pay a deposit up front?
Right.
Because what we have found, and it's very painful, And we learn as we go. We've had people that wanted us to do a show for them. We did the show. We show up to do the show, and they were supposed to have what they were supposed to have, and they didn't have it. And they were going to send it to us, and it never came. Not understanding that TV is a business, you know. So everything you have to pay for.
Right.
And so how are we doing that when people want to commission a piece?
Yeah, it's a catering type of thing. You know, I like to hear my customer, you know, to see, you know, how can I meet them? You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a direct thing. So all I say, you know, the best thing to do is reach out, tell me what you got going on. You know, we're both honest with each other on if I can meet your time frame and if I could, you know, make sure that I'm the artist for your project.
For that project.
Yeah, project.
But I want to make sure you get paid. Because see, I've seen you just give things away. And we know we have this amazing daughter you have that's in college.
Yes.
And when she graduates, you're going to have to buy her a Porsche. Because she has done such an amazing job. She's beautiful and she's talented.
Yes.
I've seen her do as well. And so, you know, it takes money for you to do all of this. You can't just give this away. Or the personalized portraits that you do.
Yes.
And so people at least need to be prepared to, if they commission, they got to at least give you a deposit.
Absolutely. Like I said, I got, you know, I like the catering. Yes, deposits are required. You know, like I said, you know, just reach out.
And it's not a one size fits all.
Yes.
Like the young lady we had earlier today, she has done repeat business with you. She came and bought 4 more pieces today. And so she's established a relationship with you.
Absolutely.
Right. And so that's a different thing that somebody you hear from one time and then you never hear from them again.
That's a good feeling.
Right. No, it really is a good feeling. Okay, so your line, let's talk a little bit about this line. We have entertainers, we have Black history makers.
Yes.
Of course, all of the Black entertainers are history makers.
Right.
Yeah, but we have the legacy, the Ray Charles, Marvin Gaye, all the way up to the Tupacs.
Yes.
We got Jimi Hendrix and all of those.
Yes.
And then on the Black history making side, the Trailblazers. We have Martin Luther King, Malcolm X.
Yes.
Harriet Tubman.
Definitely.
Yeah. The drum major for Justice.
Okay, yes.
We definitely got multiples of him.
Yes.
We have John Lewis. Good trouble.
Good trouble.
That was one of the ones the lady said she wanted today.
Yeah. She took a picture of that one.
She wanted that one for her dining room.
Yes.
So good trouble. And so, how much time are you putting in this since you were working full time in education? Is this where you're up all night working on all of these? Because every weekend you're on the road somewhere.
Yes, it's a passion. It's driven by passion. So, and it's therapy.
See, I like that. It's what for you?
It's therapy.
It's therapy. So if it's a passion and it's therapy, it doesn't feel like
It don't
work.
feel like work.
It feels like an outlet. Now, one night I saw you, not that I'm stalking you, but you know, we family. You were doing something pencil, etching.
Yes.
And so that...
It's part of the process. Is
it a part of this process or a different type of process?
No, it's part of this process. It has, it's more of it's kind of how can I put it, right? Now, people ask me a lot, can you show me how to do your tape?
No, you don't never want to do that. It's like Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's a secret recipe.
So it's a secret recipe that, you know, that I have. And I like to always mention my brother Kenny because it's one of the things where it manifested together. This learning to do this process.
And he poured into you.
Exactly.
And you want to give him credit for that.
Oh, yeah.
No, and I think that's important. And that's why I always try to pay honor to State Senator Ed Hardison, because he taught me everything that I know in TV and radio. I'm a social worker by profession. I didn't know TV and radio, and he let me learn on his dime. So it is only right for me to always honor and give him credit for taking the time to pour into me. So you have to do that with your brother.
Well, the main thing that I love what the art does is has the element of ministry in itself. Because not only does it have a picture, which is fine, but the message.
It tells a story.
It tells a story. A quote. You know, that quote can manifest into the way you move in your daily life.
If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything, which is is what we stand for at Straightforward
That's what's
with Gloria Strode, and that all work together.
Yes.
Even the T-shirt
Yes.
that you designed, and we'll show that as well, where the people,
Yes.
the group are standing. You designed that.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't tell you what to do. You said, okay, so what is it? This is what we're gonna do. And we have kept it. This is our 12th
Appreciate
season.
that.
Oh no, we appreciate you. Because you were willing to give her your gift. You knew I was starting out. You didn't try to knock me in the head, ask me for $1 gazillion. Because you know I had worked it all out to you.
We work with each other.
Well, yes, and that's what we should do. We should support each other and promote each other and lift each other up. So, how can people find you? I know you're the Black Box Art Gallery on social media.
Yes, okay. You can follow me, first IG is Keith_Black Box Art Gallery. I'm on Facebook, just regular as Keith Phillips. We also have a support group on Instagram, which is the Creative Mind United Black Box Art Gallery, and that gives an opportunity for other artists to post and share, and you a prime, what they call it,
I share. I'm a regular.
yeah, you're a regular.
I'm a regular.
They call it something on social media where
Yeah.
you get a certain badge, and
Right.
you have a badge
Right.
for sharing and keeping that motivated. I want to shout out Carme as well with this process, because she's implemental with that, because I kind of peeled back a little bit from that side of it, but it's one of the things that we wanted to, for it to work for itself, it wasn't a key thing. You know
No,
what I'm
it was
saying?
a group.
It was a group
A
thing.
group of artistic minds
Yes, yes.
coming together. Well, I'm not an artist, but I find beautiful things and I want to share, and I'm like, Keith, can you do this? Everything is Keith, can you do that?
Right.
But just know that we're so very proud of you. People can find you, again, Keith Phillips on social media.
That's it.
The Black Box Art Gallery is on Facebook. Please go join the page if you're not a member of that page. And as he's on the road show, if you don't catch him on the road, you can also reach out to him via all of those social media platforms, and you can find where he is and get the hook up on some of this amazing work. Well, I want to thank you so much
Well, I
for your
appreciate
friendship, your support,
Day
and day
You're
one.
my day one.
You master. And we're going to continue this journey, and we're going to cheer each other on.
Already.
All right. Thank you so much. This has been Straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.
What up, world? What's up, Columbus? Be sure to tune in every Sunday, Straightforward with Gloria Strode, right here on NBC 38.